my friend. Mark Harbert here, coming to you from my home office in beautiful Concepcion, Chile. And today we're going to talk about MLM Recruiting Secrets and the three most important aspects you must understand to recruit more reps in your company. So let's go ahead and let's get started. The first one, this is very important, okay? Very, very important. He who maintains his power wins. Now let me explain that. It's very important when you're talking to a prospect on the phone regarding your company, opportunity, whatever it may be, product, it doesn't matter. It's very important that you maintain your power, and that means that you control the flow of the conversation, okay? A lot of times if you have a prospect who's very strong-willed, who kind of has their own idea or has a lot of questions, it can be very easy for them to trip you up. Now, it's very important to understand that if you believe in your opportunity, if you truly believe in your product, then you don't have to sell it. You just let it do that for you. And a lot of times if you find yourself getting flustered with a prospect on the phone, just remember, you have the goods, they don't, okay? You have a good opportunity, they don't. So you just remember, if people are trying to control the conversation, you want to get better and better at learning to control the conversation on your own, and that's only going to come through practice, okay? And it's only going to come through practice. You need to do it over and over and over again. One of the things that I actually teach people to do and help people to do is that you have to get good with people skills and getting on the phone. Now, one of the ways that I recommend that you get good on the phone, and I don't recommend this except for this specific reason, and that's that you take maybe $150 to $200 and go buy some business opportunity leads. Now, outside of any other time, I would never recommend you buy business opportunity leads because I don't think they're very good. They're not qualified. However, they do serve a good purpose in allowing you to get really good on the phone. Okay, if you buy a name, a list of names and numbers, you start calling people by the fifth person on that list, you're going to start feeling more confident. You're going to start feeling like you can actually talk to these people without feeling like not confident or feeling weak or whatever. But you need the practice. So I recommend that's how you get better on the phone. Buy some business opportunity leads and go from there. Okay. So number two, this is very, very important when you're looking to do some MLM recruiting, okay? Very important. You must, absolutely must have an abundance mentality, okay? An abundance mentality is critical to your success. Now, to have an abundance mentality, what that means is understand that the one prospect you talk to on the phone or the lead that you generate, whatever it may be, it's so important to understand that it's only one. And if they say no, awesome, move on to the next. Now, having an abundance mentality means that you don't get hung up on a yes or a no from one prospect, okay? Understand that there are hundreds and thousands and millions of other people out there that you have the ability to connect with, okay? So an abundance mentality is super important because if you go to your prospect, okay, and you're talking to them on the phone and you even come off as slightly being needy, that person is going to run the other way. They're going to run the other way. It's an absolute fact. And I've dealt with it myself. I was in that mindset for a long time. And every time I would try, I had that needy mindset, my prospect could sense it. You ever notice that, and it's kind of a crude example, but you ever notice that the guy who is chasing the girl kind of runs the other way, but as the guy stands more kind of standoffish and doesn't really seem as interested, it seems like the girls come after him. I know it's kind of a crude example, but that's what I'm talking about here. The more you push, the more your prospect's going to go away from you. If you begin to pull back, that prospect will come closer. It's a simple example, but you need to make sure that when you talk to your prospect, you're not acting needy, okay? Because that's not a good thing. You don't want to be needy. All right. So the third and final thing that's super important when you're recruiting people in your MLM is you need to learn to handle objections. Now we hit on this a little bit. However, certain objections always arise when talking to prospects. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Whatever it may be. Those are the two big ones. Time and money are always a big one. You need to be really, really good at how to handle those. Now, one of the cool things that I learned from a sponsoring master, good friend of mine named Ray Higdon in the industry, and one of the things that he talked about is when you get an objection, you can take that objection and turn it back into a question. So, for instance, if somebody says to you, I don't have any money, you can always say, okay, I totally understand that. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it is you have no money? And you see what that does? It actually turns it back on them so that they can answer you, and you can actually turn that objection around and get them to tell you why they don't have any money. Then that's when you can kind of come back and say, well, if you don't change that, you're always going to have no money. So how do you expect to change it if you don't do something about it? You see what it does is it turns it back on them and it gets them to answer you. So it's really an art that, recruiting is really an art form. And it's only over time that you're going to, learn the strategies and get more confident to be a master recruiter and master those MLM recruiting secrets, okay? So these are 3 of the top secrets that I have found. Number 1, remember that he who maintains the power wins. Number 2, have an abundance mentality. Understand that there's so many other prospects out there that you can be connecting with. And number 3, learn to handle objections. Super, super important. The more you are confident in handling objections, the more you're going to get out of every single prospect that you speak to on the phone, or even if you're doing internet marketing. Even if you're doing internet marketing, you can speak or write an email in a way that will position you to maintain your power. Super, super important. My friend, listen, if you want more great tips like this, if you want to learn how to become a master sponsor in your company, whatever it is, direct sales, multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever it may be, then look in the description of this video or right below this if you're on my blog, and there's a link. Click that link, enter in your information, and I'll get you a free 90-minute webinar training that will show you exactly what you can do to become a master sponsor in your company. My friend, take advantage of it. Click that link now, enter your information, and we'll get you that free webinar that you can take a look at, all right? We'll see you next time.